Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League Spike Magazine Trophy. We're in week number 4. We're getting underway with the week here. Tonight, it's Monday night. We've got two teams that is going to be a fantastic match, I think. One of these teams, it's the first time we've seen this faction in play since Blood Bowl 3 began. Tonight, it's going to be the World of Cheese versus the Wasabazons. James Likes Snacks versus War Horsemen. We've got Pro Elves versus Amazons. Let's take a look at the standings before we take a look at the two teams this evening. In first place over in Division A is Festoon's MAML Nightmare, a Necro team. They're 2-1-0. And another Necro team is in second place. It's Conspicuous Disunion, coached by Chime. They're 2-0-0. Also 2-0, the NC Snakes, coached by Move. They're a Dark Elf team. They are in third place. In Division B, the Believe Broncos are in first. They're a Nurgle team coached by BB Nut. They're 2-0-0, with the Pip Stars close behind with a record of 2-0-1. That's Dead Fred's Lizard team, and they are followed by Berserker Tempest's Lizard team, the Vesuvian Lavabacks, also 2-0-1. Finally, over in Division C, we have the Fishy Fiends in first place. Ajax's Chaos Renegades team, they're 2-1-0. Old Gamer Mike's Goodest Boys Strike Back are in second. They're a Necro team who are also 2-1-0 going into week 4 here. And the Philosopher's Song, coached by Spire, in third place. Another undefeated team. They're 2-0-0. Electric Man says the Pro Elves look a little dinged up. Yes, they do. The home team this evening will be the World of Cheese, coached by James Likes Snacks. 13 players on the roster, 3 out this week due to injuries. And look at all the permanent injuries on the roster. He's tried for all 5. He's got he's got the MA, the Edge, the passing, the AV. Tried for the strength reduction. So they'll have to pick up one journeyman on this roster. That's going to bring their TV up from 985,000 gold to 1,045,000 gold. They have one of the 2 throwers on this roster participating this evening. Both blitzers, 3 catchers, and a bunch of linemen. And there'll be a journeyman there as well. 5 dedicated fans, 2 rerolls. They're going to be up against the Wasabazons here. This is War Horseman's Amazon team. We're going to spend a good bit of time talking about this team because we haven't seen this team since the BB 2020 rules have taken effect. 12 players on the roster, no injuries on the roster here. Their TV is 1,070,000 gold. That's 25,000 gold in petty cash. Going back to the Pro Elves, they'll pick up something, maybe a coach or something with the 20K. But has all four players on this roster, all 4 types of players, has both blockers, both throwers, both blitzers, and a bunch of line women as well. 1 apothecary, 2 dedicated fans, 2 rerolls. How are these two teams going to play tonight? We know how the Pro Elves will play mostly. Let's talk about these Amazons for a bit. These have been changed since the BB 2020 rules have taken into effect. They no longer have 4 blitzers. They only have the 2 blitzers. And they have these 2 throwers. And look at this, the Jaguar Warrior blockers. Strength 4 pieces on this Amazon team. So the blitzers now, they don't start with blitz anymore. Amazons, as you can see here, are defined by everybody having dodge. Also a fragile team at AV8. Decent speed, about average speed, I would say. The blitzers with an MA 7, that's on par with a human blitzer. They don't have the block skill. They do have a jump up, which is great. They get knocked down. They don't lose 3 points of movement standing back up. They also have hit and run. So this trait, the way hit and run works is, let's say you take a block with number 6 here, with Jaina. You take a block, you knock down that player, you now get 1 point of MA of free movement, so long as you do not mark somebody on that follow-up movement. So long as you don't take a mark with that free movement, that's an extra speed of movement. That's great. You can use that to move forward. You can use that to take a block and jump back. It's a great trait to have here on a level 1 player, I think. They also have these 2 Jaguar Warrior blockers. They have a strength of 4, AV 9+ instead of 8+. Of course, they have the dodge skill. One's a blodger here, leveled up number 1 here. Melisende the Fury has both block and dodge, but they both also have the defensive skill. That's not going to come into play tonight, but this is also a great skill to start with. Defensive, as you can see there by the, as you might guess by the icon here, this is the this negates guard, right? So if I have my warrior blocker and I put them up on the line against somebody who has guard doesn't proc. You no longer get your guard skill. And that means that if I have my warrior blocker, right, just next to someone else, maybe sandwiched between two people, you can't get a guard player in position on the warrior blocker. And they have strength 4, which means the only way you're knocking them down is with a mummy or somebody with a strength of 5, a big guy. So pretty potent for a level 1 player, I think. This team, you may look at this team and you say, oh, lots of dodge, so they want to dodge. They're kind of like elves, right? Well, look at the AG. They're 3+. I don't think you want to play these like elves. Yes, dodge gives you a free reroll, but AG 3+, I don't know how many times you really want to be making that roll. Instead, starting with dodge here makes you a little more resilient on the blocks. You have 2 strength 4 players. You have this hit and run with the blitzers. This is a team that really wants to knock their opponents around a little bit, and dodge helps them be more resilient with that. Of course, you can use dodge when you absolutely need to get away. That's it's clutch to not burn your team rerolls. But really make no mistake here. This is not an elf team. This is a team that really wants to roll those 2-die hits or 2-die blocks, try to knock down some players. They are a running team despite the 2 throwers on the roster, in my opinion, and that's because, sure, there's 2 throwers, that's great. Where are the catchers? There's no catchers on an Amazon team. So yes, you do get pass for the free reroll. They do have safe pass, which we'll talk about in just a second. He's leveled up number 3 here with sure hands. That's great. That's a great pickup for this thrower. The problem is, who are you passing to? Everybody's an AG of 3+, so you really need the rerolls to make a pass safe. And you know, passing is the riskiest thing you can do in this game, so I wouldn't really say this is a passing team. However, they do have this one skill here, safe pass, and what that means, that does make the pass a little bit safer. It does nothing for the catch, of course, but what safe pass says is you don't have to worry about the 1. Normally, when you throw a pass, if you roll a 1, that's a fumble. The passer is gonna fumble the ball and it's going to bounce into a space adjacent to the thrower. Safe pass says if you roll a 1, you actually keep the ball. So it makes passing even more safe. You have the reroll with the pass skill. You don't have to worry about the 1s anymore with safe pass. That's great. You just don't have catchers to really make that passing game work too much. Still, if you want to make a quick pass, I think that's a great option here. Both throwers on this roster means a number of options for throwing the ball around the pitch, but I really don't think we're going to see a lot of that tonight. I think this is going to be a pretty standard fare cage up and bash team against this elf team. This elf team, of course, high agility, high speed. They have the advantage in both. Very, very dinged up. They have the 3 catchers, which are great. Well, they only have the 1 thrower starting tonight. And then those blitzers are great too with both block and sidestep. This is a team they are going to be trying to dodge away from you with the Edge 2+. They'll be trying to leverage that speed to just blow by you, score pretty quickly. Their job tonight is to not get beat up. As you can see, it's not been working out so well. It can be tricky when you're playing an elf team with that low AV and high cost on your players. It can be very, very easy to fall into a catastrophic spiral. But so far, it's still early, and I don't think this team is out for the count at all. Just a lot of injuries, but you know what? They're elves. They don't care. They don't care. Elves need 4 players on the pitch and they can score. So, all right, we're gonna get this game underway here. Game 1 of week number 4 this evening. Looks like we have clear skies. I love this pitch. At least I love the background of the stadium. I have red and blue turned on. I'm gonna have to turn that off. I don't like how it starts with it. That is very blue. Griff Oberwald coaching the Pro Elf team this evening. The man himself. The stadium smells like cheese. Decent chunk of change here to be earned by both teams. Lots of fans out. They're just going to pick up the cheerleader. Going all in on Nuffle. I could dig it. Took the 20K, picked up a cheerleader instead of the coach. Wasabazons are going to win the coin toss here. Wasabazons in the light green, the tealish color. World of Cheese naturally in the yellow. Wasabazons are going to choose to be on defense to start. So they know they're up against this elf team. They know it's a weak team with low agility. I'm sorry, low AV. So they don't want to give the elf team an opportunity to field their maximum defense here in the first half of the game. So they're going to go on offense. I'm sorry, they're going to go on defense first. Elf team with a speed advantage means the Wasabazons are going to have to screen out the pitch here and try their best to prevent an elf from getting by them. Those catchers have an MA of 8 and a strength of 3, unlike many catchers. So giving up the sidelines here by the defense, 3 on the line. Now the World of Cheese to set up their offense. To another wide zone. One of the throwers, Limburger, back to receive. Here's the kick. Brilliant. Yeah, you know what? Shouldn't have picked up the cheerleader. You should have picked up the... What am I talking about? You should always pick up the cheerleader. Put your faith in Nuffle. 4-4 on the kickoff event. That's a draw. Nobody gets an extra reroll going into turn 1 here. First block on the line is against the left defensive end. The number 8 Eagle Warrior line woman will be pushed aside. And now the journeyman. Wow, the journeyman taking a block here. Risky block. If that block didn't work out and James Like Snacks wanted to re-roll that, they'd have to get through the loner roll. All journeymen have the loner trait. And might have failed that roll, and that would have been a turnover. Spenza, right out of the gate here, spends a re-roll. Now the World of Cheese down to 1 re-roll for the half. Pushed aside the defensive line. Blitz over in the left wide zone. 2-die blitz against the number 7 Eagle Warrior line woman. Strength 3 dodge on all the line women. Gets a knockdown, no armor break. That was the reroll he didn't get from Nuffle. Looks to be setting up a cage up on the opposing 2. I don't think he'll get there. Might set it up on his own 2-yard line. I don't know if he wants to go that far. We'll see. Might keep the ball around the 12. Just trying to carve out some pitch on the left side here. Fails the dive roll. We'll keep this dive roll. Yep. And the ball's going to scatter one space to the back, or one space behind the ball carriers. Now on the ground on the 18-yard line. The Wasabazons on defense for turn number 1. Every single one of these Amazon players has the dodge skill that does 2 things for them. 1, it means a defender stumbles result does not knock them down. It's a push instead. And 2, they get a free reroll anytime they dodge. Well, they get a free reroll on one of the dodges. Wasabazons resetting. Trying to stay in front of the Amazon, or not the Amazons, trying to stay in front of the Pro Elves here, the Elven Union team. Not taking any blocks or any marks yet. Pro Elves down to 1 reroll. I'd take those marks and make them roll dice. Ball's way back here. They won't get behind, well, in my opinion, they won't get behind you. 2-die block here. This will be a push against Blue, the number 4 blitzer. These blitzers for the Pro Elf team have sidestep. They can go into any adjacent space they wish, any open adjacent space. Very hard to surf them unless you can set it up in such a way that they have no choice but to be surfed. 45 seconds ago, and that will be the turn. Very cautious defense here. Turn 2 now for the World of Cheese. I had such a weird day today. At least the beginning of my day was weird. The rest was fine. Like, the league website, I broke the league website doing a thing, and then it took me a little while to figure out what's going on, and a configuration thing changed that should never have changed. I don't know how it could have changed, but I fixed that. And then I was going to buy a game online. I was filling out my information, and then it fills in the phone number section with my friend's phone number. I don't know how that could be. I don't even know what my friend's phone number is. When it filled out that number, I had to look it up. So I don't know why that would be in my browser. So that was weird. And then I was like, wait, didn't I buy this game already? And I looked in like my register. I looked in my account information at the retailer online, and there's nothing said I had bought it, but it felt like I'd already bought it. So I was like, oh, I'm going to sleep on it until I figure this out. And then the game arrived at my house today. So I don't know what's going on. Another failed pickup here after the blitz. Turn 2 back to the Wasabazons. My friend bought it on my PC. That would be a lovely gift, and B, very weird. So the Wasabazons setting up columns here, not getting super aggressive on these elves. 2-die blitz against the number 1 journeyman. Gets a pal here, looking for the 8+. Breaks armor, gets a stun. So remember, these blitzers, if they take the blitz, they can get a free point of movement. So that could be a way. So like, let's say there we go. So let's say I wanted to take this block in this direction, right? If that was with my Amazon Blitzer, I come in here. Amazon Blitzer sounds like an Amazon product. I come in here. Maybe I knock them down or whatever. They go over here. Now I get a free point of movement. Bong. Right? Very, 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 very good trait. Just so long as I don't use that free point of movement to mark someone. Telestrator of Death. 2-die blitz. Gets a dodge push against the Mountain, the number 8 line woman. Repositions the blitzer. So 2 very cautious teams. I think both coaches are very aware of their AV. I think the Amazon team can afford to get a little more aggressive here. They've set up these columns. This is a traditional defense here, but it's going to be tough to screen out the entire pitch this way against these elves. And as each turn passes by, you're not getting a player advantage. Amazon blitzes come with free delivery. Finally, a successful pickup by the thrower. Limburger, the number 2 rookie thrower, is going to move the ball up to the World of Cheese's own 10-yard line. Welcome to the stream, Spire. 3 assists? 2 assists on this foul? Got the KO, well done, and did not get called off the pitch. So 2 assists on this foul, 1-2. Got the removal, and now it's a 1-man player advantage for the World of Cheese. This thrower stinks. Turn 3 for the Wasabazons. Wasabazons continuing to keep the columns in check. So not wanting to base these elves. They're just gonna play it cool with this defense and let the elves come to them. Problem with that is that those the elves, right? They have these blitzers. Blitzers have the block skill, and they will avail themselves of that skill for sure. Oh man, I'm on chapter 6 of Death Stranding 2. I love it. I love it. It's great. I don't like the boss battles. Oh, blitz here. This is going to be a turnover unless a reroll is spent. Oh, he is going to spend the reroll. Spends the reroll, gets a push. Now both teams down to 1 reroll for the half. Bad dog demanding death. Welcome to the stream. Demanding the telestrator of doom. See, what you want to do is you want to go here, and then bing, boom, round to here, pow. That's my John Madden impression. 2-9 block over in the left wide zone, gets a pow out of this. Ruby on the block against Monterey Jack, the blitzer. Remember, these Elven Union blitzers have sidestep. John Madden of death. Turn 4 now for the World of Cheese. They're down to 1 reroll. Keeping their line spread pretty thin here. The Amazons are staying right in front of the offense. Ball's currently on the World of Cheese 10-yard line inside the left wide zone. Journeyman's going to stand up and take a mark against the number 2 Jaguar Warrior. Remember, they have a strength of 4. 2 assists. Now the blitz coming up against number 2. Looks like it may be taken by Blue, the number 4 blitzer. They have a strength of 4. They have an AV of 9 as well, though. Good action order here by James Like Snack so far. Not rolling dice yet. Standing up players. Guaranteeing that this turn does not end in a premature failure. Shifting players from the right to the left. Looks like they're going to commit to the left wide zone. Well, I don't want to say they'll commit. Oh! The other catcher, number 6. Is going to move down the right wide zone, so threatening the pass. This is a passing team. The number 6 catcher in the right wide zone on the opposing 16-yard line, trying to pull away some of these defenders to have to cover that catcher. That'll strengthen their running game, and they're going to retreat with the ball. So now they retreat to their own 16-yard line. Here's that blitz by Blue. 2-die blitz, gets a push. Few players left to activate here. Repositioning the blitzer. Now the World of Cheese takes just a second off their bonus clock. The Wasabazons up again here in the final turn of the first quarter. So not threatening that ball carrier at all. Not really threatening the Amazon offensive line either. Just taking their blitzes, hoping they work out, and then keeping their formation in check. But now they've got a catcher to worry about. Blitzing down the catcher. 2-die blitz. Gets a push out of this unless he takes the both down result, but I can't imagine he will. Oh, he's thinking about it. That would be so risky. Takes the push here. Might have been thinking about the reroll. I think this is okay. Remember, now this you've pushed this catcher one space aside. So now at 6, it's let's say the thrower gets here, right? Warmaster says, "Are you a Mortal Kombat fan or Street Fighter 2?" I mean, I like both games, but I am squarely a Street Fighter 2 or a Street Fighter player. Second quarter begins here for the World of Cheese. They've yet to cross the line of scrimmage with the ball, but most of the team has crossed the line of scrimmage, continuing to gain ground here. So the World of Cheese, they're being the bashier team of the two here. They're taking marks and taking some blocks. 2-die block in the right wide zone, gets a push. 2-die blitz, excuse me. He's going to reposition the blitzer. .28 seconds to go here for the World of Cheese. So far, so good for the team. They have a one-man player advantage. It's still hanging on to one reroll. Good 2+ dodge by the catcher to dodge all the way over into the left wide zone now. So very good gambit here by the catcher. Moves him down the right wide zone. Warhorseman decides to blitz that player, and now these players are out of range of the catcher. Without a rush, that is. Back on the bonus clock for the World of Cheese. That's the end of the turn. Turn 5 now for the Wasabazons. Warmaster, I don't know if you caught me if you were in the middle of ads. I mean, I don't know if you're still in the middle of ads or not. But I like both games. I like both Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 2. But I am squarely a Street Fighter player. Although I do not like Street Fighter 6 at all. I hate it. I really hate it. I didn't really like Street Fighter 5 either. But so Street Fighter 2, I love forever. Street Fighter 3, one of my favorite fighting games ever. Street Fighter 4 was fine, but not my favorite. So there's a concept, there's a tactic in fighting games called an option select. So imagine you do some input in such a way that it actually can trigger one of two different moves, and you'll always get the preferred move depending on kind of the state of the game. That's an option select. And Street Fighter 4 was nothing but option selects. It was option select the video game, and I don't find that fun. But Street Fighter 4 was still fun in general. Like, I liked it. 2-die blitz against the number 6 catcher, gets a push out of this. Mortal Kombat, I just don't know how to play. Like, I've never really figured out. Warmaster said, "Did you ever put your quarter on the game screen?" Of course. Of course. Go to the arcade. You put your quarter up on the ledge. You got next. Electric Man says almost as good as Mike Tyson's Punch Out. It's a great game. Yeah, I miss the arcades. I very much miss the arcades. They were such a big part of my my childhood. Not just my childhood, but like my young adulthood. 50 or 75% dodge here with number 5 works out, and now turn 6 for the World of Cheese. Yeah, I love Street Fighter 3. It's maybe my second favorite fighting game of all time. And that's because I like... So like Street Fighter 6, for example, is a very aggressive game. Most fighting games today are very aggressive because that's just kind of what players expect now. Like, players have always kind of expected that, and I think got frustrated with fighting games back in the old days because it didn't meet their expectations. Like, players would just jump in, mash some buttons, and thought that was the game, and it's not. Well, now, I don't want to say it's mashing buttons today, but it is very aggressive today. It's very offense-focused, and that I don't like that. That's not the fun part of fighting games to me. The fun part, to me, is called the neutral, or footsies is another term, or defensive options too, like positioning and defensive options. That's what I really like. And so Street Fighter 3, if you're unfamiliar, has this concept called a parry. So you hold back to block normally in Street Fighter. Good removal here again for the Pro Elves. They have a 2-man player advantage now. They got rid of one of these blitzers. Oh, the Oppo's going to be spent? Very interesting. So the Oppo is spent to keep the blitzer on the pitch. Electric Man says footsies is fighting games. Well, there is a fighting game called footsies, but footsies is a term in fighting games. It's about like controlling the screen and like being at a certain range, like to your opponent. But in Street Fighter, you hold back to block normally. But Street Fighter 3 has something called a parry. And the way parries work is that you... Oh, going for the pass here. So has on the ball. So it gets a free 3 points of movement on the pass here. On the ball gives you free 3 points of movement on passes or on kickoffs. On the ball not used. There's the pass. 2+ pass with a free reroll to the 2+ catch with a free reroll. The ball in the hands of Asiago, the number 7 catcher. But the way parries worked, so when you block, if you get hit from a block, you're in what's called block zone. Hands off for the 2+ handoff. Going to go for the score right here. Fails the dodge. Gets a free reroll. Failed the dodge. Tried to score in turn number 6. Fails the final dodge. The ball's going to end up on the opposing 22-yard line. Went for the big play. Failed the final dodge. And now the Amazons are going to try to set up a scrum around the ball. Their patience has paid off. No, Nuffle, why? But anyway, so when you get blocked in a fighting game, in like Street Fighter and most fighting games, and you get hit, you're in what's called block stun. So there's a few frames of animation where you're just kind of stuck blocking. But parrying, when you parry, you have to tap forward right before you get hit. So inherently, it's much more dangerous, right? Because to block, you can just hold back, and you'll block no matter what. But to parry, you have to tap forward, and if you miss the timing, you're going to get hit. But if you successfully parry the attack, there's no stun. You're immediately available to hit back. And everything is parryable in that game. And what that means is you have a whole fighting game where pressing buttons is risky. Trying to punch your opponent has inherent risk to it. And it's so much fun. I love it so much. Like, normally in a fighting game, if I get a knockdown on you, I have the advantage because you can't do anything but stand back up. Well, in Street Fighter anyway, there's certain fighting games that have options to, like, roll on the ground and stuff. But, like, that means that I have the advantage. I can, like, get close or jump in and set up what's called a meaty attack where, you know, I hit you on the very last frame and you have to decide, you have to guess now whether to block or break the throw or stuff, right? I have an advantage. Not in Street Fighter 3. In Street Fighter 3, anytime you hit a button, it's risky. So it's all about reading your opponent and goading your opponent into certain situations. And, I just love it. Wasabazons with just 3 turns remaining. They're going to have to think about getting somebody in a scoring position. 1 die block on Asiago got the POW here. Would love the 8+. Got the 8+. And a removal. Well done. It's down to 10v10 on the pitch now. A 1-die blitz over in the right wide zone, too. Whoo. Ballsy. Gets the knockdown. No armor break. So pulling players back, but needs to put somebody in scoring position by the end of next turn. Turn 7 now for the World of Cheese. So they may try to block number 7 and blitz number 11. The one thrower is pretty far out of position, unfortunately. And the other thrower is out this week due to injury. I think my favorite fighting game is SNK's Samurai Showdown. I like the probably the latest Samurai Showdown, which came out in 2019, I think. But I like the whole. Well, I like most of the series. I like Samurai Showdown because it's pure fundamentals. So, like every button press does an enormous amount of damage. So it's purely about neutral and footsies and fundamentals, which I like. But I also like Killer Instinct, the latest Killer Instinct, which came out in 2013. Sad to say, but I say that's my... Killer Instinct is my favorite Street Fighter. Yeah, Samurai Showdown's awesome. 2+ dodge and 2+ rush to get the mark on number 2, Morathi the Tick. Who wants a nickname the Tick? So has the assist for the 1 die, gets a push. Now on the bonus clock, World Cheese is going to take some time here. Stand up blitz to the PAL. Yep, so gets the knockdown here. Still doesn't free the ball, but that clears up most of it. Breaks armor. Great armor break. Decided to stay put. It's going to go for the ball right here. Fails the dodge. 3+ the dodge. Didn't work out. The ball's going to end up on the 20. Turn 7 now for the Wasabazons. The Tick wants the name. P.1234, welcome to the stream. You haven't missed much so far. It's been a pretty careful game. So the Wasabazons have to end this turn in scoring position. They might already be out of scoring position. Yeah, I don't think they can get anybody there. So they're not going to be able to get on the board. They're just going to try to stop the score here. And they're going to have to fight hard because they're up against this elf team. So the elves, they don't have to punch through the sideline. The elves could set somebody up in the end zone and they could go for a pass. Now, if it's a marked pass, of course, it's going to be super tricky. But they could try to pick up the ball, dodge away, and pass. It's lots of die rolls. They still have a re-roll left. Might not be worth it, considering how close they are in the end zone. Spire says could try red-blue for visibility. Is it hard to see? I turned red-blue off at the beginning of the game. If it's hard to see, I'll turn it back on for sure. Did you miss? You did miss that Ava's into footsies. I am into footsies. T9 block against Feta, the number 5 catcher, gets a foul. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll turn it on. Footsies and fighting games. Footsies and fighting games. 10 seconds ago for the Wasabazons. Again, they're not going to be able to get on the board. Turn 8 for the World of Cheese. Their final turn coming up. So they have a player marked right now. They could take a block and a blitz and once again be down to just one player marking this ball. Still no way to really get this ball out without multiple dodge attempts. World of Cheese, very, very thoughtful in this turn. 2+ dodge for the ball pickup. Needs a 5+. It's marked by 3 players. Oh! 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 My goodness, recovered the ball here, declaring the pass. The Wasabazons get another opportunity to use on the ball here. So you can see the thrower has on the ball. They get 3 movement on any pass or kick. I think for sure he's going to mark the ball carrier here. Marks the ball carrier. Could have marked the recipient of the pass as well. Or I would say the quote-unquote obvious recipient, but it might not be that obvious because lots of these players are in position. Failed the pass after the mark. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It's not going to matter where it ends up, but good mark there with on the ball. Great use of the skill. Final turn of the first quarter, or the first half coming up. Ajax the Riot, welcome to the stream. So the Wasabazons successfully stopping the score here in the first half. They're not going to be able to get on the board themselves, so now they're going to try surfing some elves. Oh, didn't set up the positions here for the sidestep surf. Could have prevented this sidestep by pulling a player in and then blitzing this way, and then there would have been nowhere for that sidestepper to go but off the pitch. Oh, I just got an email alert. 1 new invitation from LinkedIn. Who cares? Who uses LinkedIn? Turns out everybody's going to use LinkedIn. I have not loaded LinkedIn in a decade. "23 seconds ago here in turn 8. So now just a matter of taking some marks, getting some SPP, trying to remove some of these elves going into the second half of the game. 2-die block. Dodge or push is not going to do it. So I think the elves only have the 1 KO, so a 50-50 chance of the elves being back up to 11. Zero at the half. The Wasabazons will be on offense to start the second half. Looks like the World of Cheese is not going to get back to KO. I don't really trust this screen so much, so we'll wait until the screen's up. 1 back for the Wasabazons. Yeah, so the World of Cheese will be down a player. They're going to be fielding 10 for the second half. It'll be 10v10 on the pitch. No, it'll be 10v11, excuse me. 10v11 on the pitch. I've been playing the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. That also has another favorite of mine on it. It's Capcom vs. SNK 2. I love that game so much. But my gaming worlds, other than Blood Bowl, of course, for the next 2 or 3 weeks is going to be Death Stranding 2. So the Elf team fielding 10. They have 3 on the line. They're trying to screen out the Amazons. Again, this Amazon team, despite having a couple of throwers, really a passing team, I think. I'm sorry, excuse me, really a running team. So they weren't too aggressive in the first half, but I think here in the second half with their offense, they're going to want to start moving that cage forward, taking some marks on some players with their line, getting those blocks in, taking that blitz, and trying to remove these elves from the pitch. They're only AV 8+. Festoon, welcome to the stream. Graciously lowering the rush failure rate from 900% to 99%. 5 on the line now for the Wasabazons. Two back to receive. No kicker, however, for the Pro Elf team. Gets to use on the ball here. Will be just outside of where the ball's going to end up with the 2 on the ball players. These throwers have on the ball that gives them that 3 extra points of movement on. Remember, it's on a pass or a kick. And no real kickoff event. Perfect weather means the ball's going to bounce 1 extra space to the 6-yard line, just outside the left wide zone. And now turn 9 underway for the Wasabazons. Back up to 2 rerolls for the game. I think the Amazons really want to get up to 3 as soon as possible. If the Wasabazons win this game, they will advance into 2nd place in Division A. World of Cheese currently in 4th. They'll advance into 1st place if they win. 2-die block on the left defensive end to get things started this half. They get a push against Provolone. He's probably very grateful with that broken arm. Two-die on the Journeyman, gets a push again. Final block on the line will be a knockdown. Breaks armor, gets a stun. Remember, it's a 1-man player advantage for the Amazon team. 3+ pickup works out. Moves the ball out of the pocket formed on the left to the 1 on the right. They're now on their own 4-yard line. Festoon says, oh man, Division A that close together already? Yes, indeed. Top six teams in the division all have at least 1 win. Turn 9 now for the World of Cheese. Over in Division B, the top 8 have a win. And in Division C, the top 7 have a win. Blitz on the right side of the cage. 2-die blitz against the Praying Mantis. Gets a pal. 8+ breaks armor. I am just noticing there are 2 aliens. The Praying Mantis? Where's the other one? I know you're around here somewhere. And this one, the Ballista. I don't know why I find that so humorous. Lots of people share a first name. But my God! Gets a stun out of that. What an animation. Doesn't get called off on the foul. Turn 10 now for the Wasabazons. Don't forget about this this on-the-ball skill, right? We've seen it before. We've seen it with Chameleon Skinks, but with this Amazon team, there are 2 throwers on the roster. So if he wants a quick way to dump off, I shouldn't say dump off since that's a skill, but if he wants a quick way to dump this ball off, right, he can pass to the other thrower. Let's say he's here. The other thrower is here. And maybe this thrower is under pressure. This thrower can move back this way for 3 spaces, then the pass happens. That's a popular name in the Amazons. Ilian. Telestrator of Doom. I hope I don't kill anyone. 2-die block. Might let this rock here with the both down result. Does have the Jaguar Warrior with the AV advantage here. I'm not sure. Oh, it's going to spend the team roll. I was going to say, I'm not sure what advantage burning the team reroll here really gets the Amazon team. But he'll spend it and gets the knockdown. Looking for an 8+. Doesn't get it. Otherwise, could have taken the both down. It would have been AV9 versus AV8, which is a pretty significant difference. 2-die block back over on the left side of the pitch here. Gonna get a side step out of this. Monterey Jack with the block skill. Can't take the both down result. So decided to follow up here. We haven't seen a use of hit and run yet. And now 1-die fight. Oh no! Spends the final reroll into double skulls. And stunned on the risky 1-die. Turn 10 for the World of Cheese. Went for the 1-die blitz. Failed it, spent the final reroll into another skull. And was stunned. Electric Man says, when's the next issue of the Gazette coming out? I don't know. Maybe this weekend? I'm not sure. I think the last one that was up was like right before week 3, so I'm behind, as I always am. Dude, I block on. Come on. Come on. She did not give herself the nickname Blunder. You can't just call her Blunder like that. Dude, I block. Over on the right side of the ball, gets a push out of this. It may be. They may very well be. Good Russian. James likes snacks. Keeping the formation in check, trying to shut down this Amazon team by pushing it to the left side of the pitch. One die block works out due to the block skill. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. I don't know if we can go 2 issues in a row talking about humans. World of Cheese back on the bonus clock. Plenty of time on the bonus clock as they think about their turn here. Rush into position on the right side, trying to shut down the offense. Turn 11 now for the Wasabazons. Ajax to the right says, oh, no chain push on the ball. Boo. So the Elven defense, considerably more aggressive than the Amazon defense was. Now the Amazons on offense finding themselves pushed to the side. And so now they're either going to have to fight their way forward or have a really difficult fight trying to claw back midfield from the Pro Elf team. If the Amazon team scores early enough, the Pro Elf team will say, okay, all right, you give us a couple of turns, we'll get on the board again. Or we'll get on the board ourselves, I should say. Ball carrier currently free, but with nowhere really to go. I think I'm going to eat some watermelon after this. That's what I'm going to do. Oh boy, he is going to fight down the sideline, it looks like. 10 seconds to go here in turn 11. So this is going to be a pretty grueling fight. Seems to be reconsidering the turn. 5 minutes, 13 seconds of the bonus clock. No rerolls remaining for the Amazons. Trying to figure out where this ball can end up safe. So many actions that I'm not sure. I'm not sure where the ball can go. You're up against a team that has more speed, so the ball carrier is going to have to stay with the team. But that means these elves are just going to start punching. Can't run away because the elves have a speed advantage. And there's the ball carrier. Moves forward to the 10. Takes a mark against the number 5 catcher for the 2-die block. Got a pow out of this. Really wants an armor break, but can't make it happen. So Blunder... Blunder currently marked by the number 6 catcher. How do you pronounce that? Chevre? Dodges, try to get some coverage on the, or behind the ball carrier, and then spins a block. This is not going to work out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The tick stunned on the knockdown. That's a turnover. Turn 11 now for the World of Cheese. Oh me, oh my. We'll have a 2-die against number 11. We'll have a 2-die against number 7. And still has a blitz available. Could even set up the 2-die block for against number 10. Especially considering the stun. First order of business is going to be a knockdown back at midfield. This frees up the journeyman. And there's that 2-die against number 11. Got the POW. 8+ would be huge. Decides to follow up. No armor break. Did I block back at midfield again? I would save these blocks for later. Spider says, I think you could have surfed the ball carrier. There's the setup for the 2-die against number 10. 2-die with the block skill. That'll work out. Blitz still on the table. I believe we'll see a blitz here. Well, he's still got to fill in the front. And he doesn't have the block skill remaining. Oh, 2-die. I'm sorry, 2+ dodge to the 1-die blitz. Only gets a push out of this. He's going to push onto the sideline and follow up. Ajax says I would do some fun chaining. This played out better, I think. 2-die block here against Ruby, the number 7 line woman. We'll get a knockdown, or we'll get a dodge push out of this. Turn 12 for the Wasabazons. Now they're pinned to that sideline, but only briefly. They are in scoring position just barely. If they take a blitz with the ball carrier, they will no longer be in scoring position. Marking players back to the right of the ball, outside of the left wide zone. Minute 25 to go. The Wasabazons have no rerolls left for this game. They're going to stand up the number 10 line woman just behind the ball carrier to the right. Two-die block against Provolone. Gets the knockdown. This frees up the ball carrier. Now triggering hit and run, it looks like. So hit and run can move into any position so long as they're not marking a player. So they could go here, here, or here. And they will run one space back. It's a pretty good trait to have for free, so to speak. It's a really good trait to have for free. 26 seconds ago for the Wasabazons. Are they thinking about scoring? I think, boy, they're under such pressure here. that if they score, I mean, they've got to get through 2 rushes. Oh, there's one. Ah! Failed the second rush. As we just found out in the official rules yesterday, normal rushes fail 900% of the time, but a rush into the end zone fails 1,000% of the time. Oh. Bad Dog says the Telestrator of Doom broken. What do you mean? There's no deaths. Apparently I didn't lower it faster enough. Oh man, yeah. Even if that that's right, you need to lower it twice. Even if it was scored here, that's plenty of plenty of time for the Elves to tie the ball game. So just a bad position to be in, I think, unfortunately. Turn 12 for the World of Cheese. This is the final turn of the third quarter. Two-die block against that name, man. Blunder. Gets a dodge push out of this. Good 2+ dodge for the 3. I'm sorry, 2+ pickup with an edge of 2. Works out. And now the World of Cheese in possession of the ball on their own 20-yard line. Good 2+ dodge by the Journeyman. Took the Journeyman dodge first. Boy. Oh, that's why. Failed the 3+. With the lineman with the broken neck. Turn 13 for the Wasabazons. They're going to try to get this ball back. There's a mark on the ball carrier. Remember, these Elven Union catchers are not a strength of 2. They're a strength of 3. 2 marks on the ball carrier. Really only needs the 1. But just might be stacking the adjacent zones for the catch. But I would think you'd want to leave the catch open so you can get somebody in to pick it up. Here it is. No block on the roster. 2-die block. That'll do it. 8+ will break. Armor. There's the armor break. Great armor break for the for the Amazon team. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. It's going to be happy with the 1 rush, it looks like. Now can start setting up a scrum to fight for this ball. 2-die block against Limburger gets a push. Spire says, Adge busted elf lineman fired. I would have totally fired that lineman. 100%. You were hired for your agility and you're no longer agile? I'm sorry, you don't have a job. Go try out for a dwarf team. Wasabazons back on the bonus clock. They have 3:30 remaining. No rerolls left. Repositions the free player. Shinbreaker, the number 5 blitzer. That's 2 Amazons marking the ball just outside the end zone. Another one. Another 1-die here against Limburger. Gets a push. All these 1-dies without the block skill with AV8, man. I respect it. Two minutes, 38 seconds ago for the Wasabazons. I don't think they have anybody left to activate, do they? Not sure why the clock's still ticking down. They need to end this turn. I wonder if War Horseman went away from the computer or something and forgot to pause. Yeah, there's the end of the turn now. 2 minutes 15 seconds remaining for the Wasabazons. Turn 13 for the World of Cheese. Now they have to fight for this ball. The ball is just outside the World of Cheese's own end zone. They've got to stop this score. Forty seconds have gone by. No action here by the World of Cheese other than repositioning a player back to midfield. Trying to figure out how they can get players into this scrum to stop this score. So the World of Cheese can afford to make bigger plays than the Wasabazons can because the World of Cheese has 2 rerolls remaining. And they can spend both rerolls on the same turn. They just can't spend them on the same die pool. Their blitzer's still pretty far out of the action right now. They do have a positive dodge. Yep, positive dodger with the blitzer. 2-die blitz. Gets the no, gets a dodge push out of this. Is he gonna push onto the ball? Is he gonna push onto the ball? No. So now takes a mark on the ball, pushes shin breaker into the end zone. Blitz spent. Another good 2+ dodge by the number 2 thrower, Limburg, marking the number 9 linewoman over on the right side. Another good 2+ dodge. Elves can dodge away pretty handily. +2 dodge to a 2+ rush, marking the tick. The number 2 Jaguar Warrior. Remember, they have strength of 4. 3+, 3+, 2+, 2+, 2+, for the 2-die. No problem. No problem. But only gets a dodge push. Limb. Turn 14. Turn 14 for the Wasabazons. Limburg should have disturbing presence. Foul odor. I keep saying I'll do this at the half, and I keep forgetting. Here we go. Hey, look at that. Whee! Fifty seconds down in the turn. The Wasabazons trying to figure out how they can most effectively get this ball. So they can get, oh, it's so risky. It's a 1-die on Monterey Jack right now. But all they need is a push. If they can get a push, 3+ dodge, 3+ pickup with no rerolls. Yikes. They could conceivably free up. The tick to try to score. Spire praying to Nuffle. I know War Horseman is as well. I think James Like Snacks might be as well. No action. 5 seconds remaining in the turn. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left on the bonus clock, so still plenty of time. And now some action as the bonus clock kicks back in. The Saint the #1 rookie linewoman, takes a mark on number 9. So not lending an assist against number 3 here. 2 die block against number 1. All right, so takes a block against the journeyman. Ball still marked by number 3. Electric Man says, I need to go grab a Klondike bar, but I don't want to step away. The way you couch that makes it sound like your life is beholden on consuming a Klondike bar. Sidestep by Monterey Jack here on the 2 die block. It's going to be a POW. Probably not sidestepping under the ball. So now what? Is it going to be the 3+ by the ballista? I think that's what's going to happen here. Minute 20 left on the bonus clock for the Wasabazons. Right now, looking at a 3+ to a 3+ to score. Repositioning players. I don't know if they're going to roll. Oh boy, every die they roll makes it less and less of a chance that they actually get into the end zone. It could be an addiction. Taking some marks. These are free, quote unquote, free actions. They don't have any die rolls. Here's the 3+ dodge. 3+ pickup works out. The Wasabazons score. Well done here in the 4th quarter. The Wasabazons are going to take the lead, but they are not out of the woods yet. I have not seen any of these touchdown dances. Hey! Very well done. Took a few... Oh, come on. Really? I didn't get the replay. Took a few scary blocks there, but worked out in the end. So now the Wasabazons will be on defense. And they've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 versus 10. So again, it's one-man play. Really? Asiago, really? One-man play advantage still for the Wasabazons. They're going to have to stop this Pro Elf team for 3 turns. That is plenty of time for this team to get on the board. Here's the kick. Shallow kick into the hands of Blue. The number 4 blitzer. Well done, Blue. Just jumped up and received the kickoff. It's like, it's stopping right here. So now the World of Cheese has the ball on their own 6-yard line. 3 turns to score. I don't think they could ask for a better ball carrier than this. A mark taken against Ruby, the number 7 linewoman in the left wide zone. 2 die blitz. Look at the knockdown here. 8+ breaks armor. No armor break. They don't want to remain next to that piece. Ooh, scary stuff. They're on the sideline now. 2 die block at the line of scrimmage. Got the POW. Setting up the half cage on the opposing 6-yard line. Yard line in the right wide zone. 2+ dodge by Monterey Jack. Dodges away from that nose tackle. 2 rushes to get over in the left wide zone. 4 elves now in the left wide zone. 2 die block against the Saint gets a push. This frees up the journeyman. Journeyman probably going to pull to the left. Oh, taking the dodge first. dodges away the number 8 lineman to mark shin breaker just outside the left wide zone. And now the World of Cheese back on the bonus clock with a little more than 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Played this a little out of order, I think. Oh, failed the rush. You know what? It's in order. You know he's... Oh! Ah! Snake Eyes the rush. Turn 15 for the Wasabazons. They will absolutely have to defend the catcher, and they need to stop the running game on the left. Wasabazons looking to advance into second place in Division A with a win here. They've got 2 turns to do it. They've got to defend turns 15 and 16. Wasabazons take a mark against number 6, but remember, number 6, 2+ with a free reroll. So that 1 mark's not going to really do it. Takes a mark kind of on a diagonal here. Taking the marks orthogonally would have forced a couple of dodges by this catcher to get out to safety, rather than just the 1 dodge. This is 1 dodge in this direction. Turnover on the block here. Turn 15 now for the World of Cheese. Bad Dog praying to Knuffles. Spire rooting for this Pro Elf offense. Can they do it? They're 1 turn, or sorry, 1 space away from the touchdown, from the touch zone, from the home skip with the ball carrier. If they could get it into the hands of the catcher, they could score on this turn. Bad Dog rooting for the defense. Wants to stop these elves dead in their tracks. The Real Sato, welcome to the stream, also rooting for the defense. Blitz still on the table, marked by the catcher. If we see a blitz on number 7, that means World of Cheese is going to try to score on this turn. 2+ dodge takes a mark on Shinbreaker over on the right side. Real Sanos is always rooting for the team playing against the elves. 50 seconds left for the World of Cheese. Two plus dodge for the declared the pass here. So a short pass to number to number 6. Yeah, so a -1 with on the ball here is going to move the Python Warrior thrower in to mark the passer. Scary pass attempt. Needs a 50-50, needs to re-roll this. Fails the pass. And that is going to be a turnover. 50-50 with the re-roll. Meant a 75% chance of success. Didn't work out here. Was going to pass to, I guess, the marked catcher. Doesn't matter with Nerves of Steel, though. But still, that catcher needed to dodge away. So was trying to pass. Was trying to pass in this direction to this. Why can't I talk? The catcher. Trying to pass to this catcher here. This catcher has Nerves of Steel, so disregards any marks for passing or catching. So that would have been a 2+ catch with Nerves of... I'm sorry, 3+ catch with Nerves of Steel. 2+. 2+ catch with Nerves of Steel. And now that's the end of their game as they're knocked out and removed from the pet. Am I having a stroke? Removed from the pitch. 2-9 block. Back of the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a both down result. That'll be a turnover. Turn 16 for the World of Cheese. Can they pull this off and end this game in a draw? I threw away the rest of those Pop-Tart, or not Pop-Tarts, Hot Pockets. I hated them. They were awful. I don't need a Pop-Tart or a Hot Pocket ever again. Oh, I did not like them. Two-die over in the left wide zone here. Final turn of the game. Gets a knockdown. It'll get a knockdown here on number 5 as well. Yeah, I have no interest in buying Pop-Tarts. I'm good. One die blitz gets the push. Pushes onto the ball. All right. Here it is. There's one player left who can score, and it's going to come down to Blue on the 5+ dodge. Has a reroll. Oh! Oh! Can they do it? They did it! They tied the game on the miraculous touchdown. What a touchdown! Oh my goodness! Whoa! Big time play here. Needed a 5+ to a 4+ to a 3+ to a weird graphics glitch to many more die rolls. And that worked out. They end up tying this game. It's a 1-1 draw. Congratulations to both coaches. That was a lot of fun. Oh. And with that, the World of Cheese, they're in second place. Congratulations once again to both coaches. Both coaches are going to pick up one more point here in week number 4. Week number 5 will be the halfway point of regulation before the cut to top 8. Oh. All right, let's take a look at the schedule before we leave for the night. Man, oh man. All right, coming up next, tomorrow night, Tuesday, July 1st, starting at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, that's UTC -4. We're going to have the Gastonberg Cavaliers versus the NC Snakes, Eagle TSI versus Boob. I don't know what these teams are. Why am I never prepared for this? The Gastonberg Cavaliers are OWA, Old World Alliance versus Dark Elves. And then at 9, so we'll have a little break in between. I don't know what we're going to do during that break. I don't know if we'll cut the stream off or we'll do something else, but I have a meeting from 8:30 to 9. But then at 9 o'clock p.m., so 2 hours later, we're going to have the second game of the evening. That'll be the Goodest Boys Strike Back versus the Gutterballs. It'll be Old Gamer Mike versus El Nubarino, and that's Necro versus Orcs. And then this Thursday, July 3rd at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we have the Department of Redundancy versus the Remnants of Valor. And I believe that is going to be human versus human. And then on Saturday, July 5th at 9:30 p.m., we have Entanglements versus Philosopher's Song, Conkill versus Spire. What is Entanglements? Entanglements Imperials. Imperial Nobility versus Lizardmen. And then we have another game scheduled for next Tuesday, July 8th at 9 o'clock p.m. and extensions being spent there. The Fishy Fiends are going to face off against the Birds of a Feather. Ajax versus Galeshi. That's going to be Chaos Renegades versus another Pro Elf team, so Elven Union. So SP Beaver says, we are guaranteed that at least one human will not lose this week. We are guaranteed that. All right, 4 games left to be scheduled this week, and when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club. Here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. And you know what? You can even come hang out in our Discord channel. There you go. There's a link to our Discord. You can come hang out with us. You can come participate in our next competition if you like. But either way, play this game. Play Blood Bowl. It's so much fun. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and a tabletop forum at your friendly local game store. Until tomorrow night, July 1st at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Take care, everybody. Let's see. We're going to go raid Run Bad. So take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Go check out Run Bad. It's a great coach, great streamer as well.